Hello everyone, welcome back to today's video. I'm so excited for this one. So today I am going to be showing you some of my fashion designs. Yay, woo, we're so excited. Yeah, so I'm going to be showing some of them to you and explaining about them and, what made me think of them and all that fun stuff. So let's get right into it. Okay guys, so first I'm going to show you a few of my designs in my beautiful portfolio, we'll call it. For starters, I hope the camera is okay, it's kind of just DIY, working with it. I'm going to try to keep everything in frame as much as possible. So I did take fashion, one semester, and so I had to create some of these drawings from that. So you'll see in the top I'll have a little label. So this one says a design for a fashion decade of your choice, which is hard to see because of the light reflection. So the decade that I chose was 1930s. So this is supposed to be a blue fur coat. The darker blues is like the more furry areas, with a kind of 1930s hat with some orange feathers on it. I really like this one because this was my first time that I really worked with shading, because I had never really been taught how to do shading, and my teacher suggested that I do it to, improve and everything. So I just kind of like tried it this one time and it turned out really good, so I was really proud of it. This one is one that I did outside of my fashion class that I really liked. It was just a dress that I thought I did. This one was also important because it was the first time that I actually tried working with some more like prints and stuff, because prints I find hard to draw. But this one I just kind of like found like a wave and I traced it off the internet, so that was nice. This is another one that I really like. This was for the theme of a wedding dress, mostly for the summer. So it's harder to see because it's all white and it's hard to draw the textures. So this top area that goes around the chest and neck was supposed to be lace. And then it's kind of like a corset around here. And then the bottoms are, the left leg is a short and the right leg is like a layered ruffle, one-legged skirt, or like a pant leg that's very loose, whatever you want to call it, very unique. And then in the back, the model has little cuffs around her arms that connect to a it's hard to explain if you can't see it, but it's like, it's also supposed to be like lace or like something light. Yeah, it's hard to explain, but it's just kind of like it moves with her arms then, which I think is really cool. This one I'm really proud of because it was my first design that I felt was very unique. Like it's an actual design that I created. No one else has ever really done this as far as I know. So I really like this one. This one I also really like because it was, I created it in my fashion class, and it was supposed to merge two fashion decades. So it merges the 1960s and 1990s. So that is the 1960s. Okay, yeah. So the 1960s is the baby doll dress, kind of like structure itself. That was when the baby doll dress was popular. But it has a 1990s kind of twist on it. This was supposed to be a purple leather, but obviously leather is very hard to show and draw. And it's paired with a choker that's kind of just like hoops crossed over together, pulled together, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, with these very poorly drawn boots, because it's very hard to draw laces and depth with shoes. So for a while, this is just what I drew for boots. So we don't need to look at that. Let's see. What other ones do we have? Oh, this one's very funny because it was one of my first designs, and obviously the face looks really creepy. It's like two creepy eyes with a mouth, and obviously these stripes didn't look very good down here. This was just kind of all hand-drawn, so it wasn't the best. And also this kind of like striped stuff, it has blue zigzag stripes, and then the white stuff was supposed to be like semi see-through, but again, that's hard to show. So it doesn't look the best. Some more recent ones that I've drawn outside my fashion class are this one that I really like. As you can see, the legs are kind of just like cut off because I didn't draw shoes, because shoes are sometimes hard to draw, and like as you saw with those boots, so sometimes I just don't draw them. Also, if I can't think of shoes that look good with them. This was another one. The drawing kind of messed up on here because I started coloring and then I kind of like ideas crossed and I was trying to like erase stuff. Didn't turn out very well, although I really like the pants for this one, and the overall idea of the design. So this just kind of goes to show that sometimes the ideas are really good, but sometimes it can be hard to draw them and just kind of show them how you see them. Yeah, here is one of the ones I'm very proud of. So this one kind of represents a few things. So yes, it is clothing, but it does tell a story though too. So with the kind of curls on the shoulder and the red, that's supposed to represent like the devil, kind of like darker side of like everything. And then the bottom is white with feathers on the very bottom of this big bottom half of the dress. And the white feathers obviously represent the angelic side. So in the center, it kind of has these marks, as you can see. They're supposed to look kind of like rips almost, but again, that depth is hard to show, and that more detailed design because I only have limited colors. So it's supposed to show kind of like the blending of the devilish side and the angelic side, and you can see in the shoes too. One of them's red and one of them's white, showing that, you know, it's both, and this kind of just represents that nobody is just one thing. Everybody has a dark side and a good side, and that's that. So that's pretty much it. Some of my drawings like this one are not as good. There's kind of, again, it can be hard to show some of the depth and texture and stuff, and some things I draw and then I'm just like, no, that doesn't look good, I want to change it. So like for this one, I don't think that the skirt really goes with the top. The skirt kind of looks like older and stuff. My original idea was like a poodle skirt shape without the poodle, obviously, with this, but then it kind of turned out into this skirt, and I really like the design for this, but it just, the ideas weren't really there. And typically a design starts out with like half an idea, like a shirt or a skirt or something, one singular idea, and then it evolves and it changes, and you know, you have to add on to it, like what I'm going to show you guys later. So that's that. This is my book. It still has a lot of empty spots in it. Then at the back I have my paper. These are I use some tracing paper for some things to make it look more symmetrical. And these are also my in progress ones, my drafts. And then at the very back I have my croquis. Well guys, that is all that I have for you today. Hope you enjoyed learning about some of my fashion designs and how they started and just all about them. And be sure to tune in next week and I'll show you guys how I actually make them and go through all the steps of creating one of these designs. And it'll be so much fun. So you should just come back next week. Bye!